Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the introduction video for tomorrow's lesson. Let's jump right into it. All right, so we are moving right along because we are on lesson 3 of unit 1, and today's lesson is called Migration of Early People. All right, the aim for today's lesson is, what is the connection with people who migrate today and people in the Paleolithic era? All right, after today's lesson, you will be able to explain similarities and differences in the Paleolithic migration and the migration in the current day, so today. The keywords for this lesson is migration, which you should be a little bit familiar with from previous lessons, and push and pull factors. Whenever these two key vocabulary words are used or mentioned within the lesson today, they will be highlighted in green for your attention. Okay, so moving right along to the introduction and daily check-in. This video that I'm currently recording will be linked here for those of us who was absent or just didn't do our homework. Remember, the homework is worth 100 points, and that's easy credit, all right? Also given to you in the video will be the word of the day to help you begin the lesson. This happens every day, guys, and I hope that this routine is starting to settle in. Next, you're going to answer the first question that opens the lesson, all right? It's always gonna be one question that you need to answer before you start the lesson. Today's question is, what motivates you to come to school every day? What motivates some students to not come to school every day? All right, you're gonna have about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the size of the class, to answer these two introduction questions, and then we're gonna move on to the guided practice. This lesson today, in this guided practice, you're going to watch a video and complete part 1 and 2 of your independent practice. Now, there's no video of the guided practice because I'm going to walk you through it. Basically, the guided practice video is embedded here. So everything you need to know is going to be in this video here. I don't need to tell you that because the video is going to share it with you. So I'm going to play this video right now for you, and the information that's shared in the video will help you to complete the independent practice independently. So let's start the video. It's about 3 minutes, I believe. I'll just wait till the ads go off. Sorry, this video, even though you can get it from the title, this video is going to help us understand what a push factor is and what a pull factor is as it relates to migration. And remember, migration is a key term for today, and we already kind of understand that migration has to do with people moving around from place to place, kind of like a nomad, like the word of the day the other day was nomad. So this video is going to help us understand push and pull factors and reasons why people might migrate to or from a certain country or place. Get out. Mm-mm. Push that out. We don't want that. All right. So that was a nice, quick, and short video to help us understand the push and pull factors. Please don't get caught up on the other terminology like immigrant, emigrant, because the main focus from the video was to understand what a push factor is and what a pull factor is. All right. So after you guys watch that video, you're going to start your independent practice. What were the push and pull factors during the Paleolithic era? Now, from yesterday's lesson and the previous lessons, we learned that during the Paleolithic era, the first humans existed. The first humans lived a certain type of lifestyle, right? They lived in teepees and caves and tents. You know, they hunted for their food. There wasn't no farm life. There wasn't any farming population. They had to hunt and gather for everything that they needed to eat and survive, right? So those lifestyles, the moving around, the migration, those you're going to take that information and you're going to give me 2 bullet points, not one. You're going to give me at least 2 or 3 bullet points of push factors and pull factors during the Paleolithic era. Remember, during the Paleolithic era was the time of the early humans, Homo sapiens, and the hunter and gatherer or nomadic lifestyle. So understanding that, you're going to tell me what is 2 push factors during that time, the Paleolithic era, and what were 2 pull factors during the Paleolithic era, okay? Give me at least 2. If you can come up with more than 2, that's awesome. But 2 is the asking number. All right, so that's your part 1 of your independent practice. Your part 2 of your independent practice is more push and pull factoring, okay, or factors. So now I did part 1 for you in this part 2, just to demonstrate exactly what we're looking for. So these are the instructions. You're going to use your highlighter function, and we've done this to annotate already, so you guys should be really familiar with this. And reviewing your work from the previous day, you all did an awesome job with annotating, all right? You chose your own colors. It was cute, so y'all know what to do now. So you're going to use the highlighter function to annotate for evidence of push and pull factors. The first source is done for you. All right. Now you don't have to follow the color scheme. I just think that if you do follow the color scheme, it'll be more feasible and easy for you to quickly pull out your evidence or go back to your evidence. And for me, as I'm looking at your work, it'll be easy for me to understand, hey, you know, this student understands this as a pull factor or a push factor, and I know exactly which one it is or why. So as you read and you find evidence of a push factor, let's put it in yellow. All right, because let's look at it. Let's think of it in real world terms. So when you see a yellow light, you want to slow down. You know, you're not speeding or you're not rushing to go. You're slowing down. So you're pushing away from a certain country or place. You're being moved out. All right. A pull factor, it's green because it's inviting me in. So I'm going. Okay, it's green light. I'm going. That's pulling me in. All right. So let's do the first one together. I'm just going to read the little source here. And then if I come across a push factor, something that is pushing me away, I'm going to highlight it yellow. If I come across something that's a pull factor, something inviting me in, I'm going to highlight it green for go. All right. So let's do the first one together so you know exactly what to do for source 2. And the source 1 will be done for you in your worksheet. So don't think that it's just here in the video. It's also going to be done for you already in your own worksheet. So you can use that as help. All right, so let's go. Immigration to the US. And then you see a picture here that just shows how immigrants has changed over the time in the 50 states. So let's begin. Yeah, I saw that already, but so what? All right, so immigration to the US. Many people come from abroad, foreign countries, to America every year in search of employment. With the largest economy of any country in the world, America offers certain financial and professional opportunities that may not be as accessible in people's home countries. Excuse me. The countries immigrants come from when they migrate to America have changed over time based on various economic and cultural factors. All right. So I already heard my pull factor, and it is that people from abroad or different countries, they travel to America every year in search of employment. So I'm going to highlight that green because if there's a country out there that has wealth and employment, I'm going. All right. If I'm living in a country that has low education, poverty, low employment rates, and I come across America that has high employment rates and money and wealth, I'm going to highlight that green because I'm going. All right. in this little text, I didn't find anything that deterred me or pushed me away from coming to America. So that's why you don't see anything highlighted in yellow. All right. If when you read your source 2, you come across something that's a push factor and a pull factor, you highlight that. All right. So you should be seeing green and yellow highlighted. You only see green in my first example because there was only an example of a pull factor. All right. So moving forward, you're going to do source 2 on your own. You're going to read about Venezuela. You're going to read about Venezuela. And I think this is a pretty small piece of text, but if it's not, let me know, guys, and I will read it out loud. But I do want us to work on building up our stamina for reading and writing. All right. I want you to be able to look at a text and be like, you know what, I got this. And take your time with it, annotate through it, stop and jot, you know, speak and think out loud as you're reading. Don't let the text overwhelm you. But this is the blurb that you would have to read. Again, depending on the volume of the class and the energy, I may read it out loud or I may have you guys read it independently, but you'll do the same techniques and skills as I did. You'll highlight, you'll annotate for the push and pull factors. Remember, push is yellow, slow down, and green is the go. I'm coming in, I'm pulling you in. All right, so after you complete the guided practice in your independent practice, what comes next? Exactly, the exit ticket. And the exit ticket is a question from where? Exactly, our aim. Okay, so what is the connection with people who migrate today and people in the Paleolithic era? So we already understand what the Paleolithic era is and was, all right? And then we also understand how and why people migrate today. As I shared with you before, I used to consider myself a nomad because I was always moving from home to home with my family and from school to school, all right? So is that really different than the people in the past, or is it the same? The reasons that we moved or people move today, is it the same as the past, or is it drastically different? It's your call, all right? And remember, we're building up our exit tickets to reach 5 or more sentences. That scaffold is here to help you create that paragraph from the topic sentence to the introduction of the evidence to the discussing of the evidence, all right? Don't feel intimidated. Provide your 2 sentences or more, and we will gradually build up to the paragraph. Use that scaffolding tool if you need to help you start to build your paragraph, all right? Topic sentence, introduction of evidence, which you guys have because we annotated throughout this whole lesson, and then a discussion, which is gonna wrap it out. After you guys watch your exit ticket, write your exit ticket, answer that, you already know the next step is to prepare for the next day's video, okay? So after you do that, you're all set. I'm going to share with you the word of the day, which is artifacts. The word of the day for tomorrow's lesson is artifacts. And artifacts is any piece of evidence like stones, skeletons, remains of humans that historians or scientists can look at and make a discovery or a distinction about how people lived in the past. So like the other lesson when we talked about the royals and we looked at their teeth and to determine how they lived while they were alive, that's what an artifact is: a skeleton, bones, human remains. So the word of the day for tomorrow's lesson is artifacts. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a blessed and beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you all bright and early tomorrow. Bye.